Still grappling with a serious water crisis. Water flows out from the taps in the mornings and evenings, while daytime the taps are dry. It's a welcome relief from a couple of weeks ago when residents had to rely solely on water from Jojo tanks situated at key central points. The water supply in Kroonstad is inconsistent and cannot be depended upon. Businesses are also affected. 2 of 3 dams that supply the Moeti municipality, which includes Kroonstad, are bone dry as a result of the prevailing drought. The third is fast running empty and only has enough for emergency use. Contingency measures include the drilling of boreholes. More water will be extracted from the Val River to supply the region, and more will be taken from the Katsi Dam following from Lesotho. And for more on the story, we're now joined on the line by reporter Palesa Moeti, who's in Kroonstad. Palesa, very good afternoon to you. This sounds like a dire situation. Just how much water is left in the area?
Well, indeed, Alicia, it is quite dire because when we spoke to residents, they said that during the day, as you correctly put it, there's absolutely no water coming from the taps. And that simply means that laundry can't be done. You know, when you need to cook, it's a problem. Also, bathing is also a problem. You know, we also spoke to business people, and they also said that for them, the big thing is to have their own Jojo tanks so that they're able to store water, which will allow them to operate daily. We spoke to an employee of a funeral parlor who said to us that they need to constantly make sure that everything in their premises is clean. You know, they should be able to provide refreshments, make tea, refreshments, all forms of them when guests arrive or rather clients arrive. They're unable to do that when there's no water. So how they survive is just to make sure that when there is water, they store some for, that period when there's none whatsoever.
But Palesa, do tell us more about some of the plans to assist those residents there.
I beg your pardon, Alicia?
Do tell us more about some of the plans that have been put in place to assist the residents there.
Well, the plans that have been put in place, the municipality has got water trucks that deliver water to central points where Jojo tanks have been put up. So residents are able to get water from there. But today when we went, unlike the typical situation where you would find residents where there's a water crisis, traveling with wheelbarrows and buckets to get water, we did not see any of that today because of the fact that they are now relieved in the form of a little bit of water being available through their taps in the evenings and in the morning. But obviously, for businesses in particular, it becomes difficult to be able to operate where you must now store water. I mean, businesses such as your hair salons, for instance, they are having a lot of problems. They really struggle in terms of getting, just running their businesses daily.
Yes, Palesa, I mean, when you say that there's only enough water for emergency use, how are the businesses then surviving in the area?
It's purely from, being able to store some water which they get from the Jojo tanks, which municipal trucks would put, let's say maybe in the morning they would go there and put some water in the Jojo tanks. So whatever water they get from those, then they store. And that's the only way for them to survive. Some of the businesses that are able to afford to buy themselves Jojo tanks have been able to do exactly that. We went to a business there where it's a vehicle repair place. And for them, they actually had to buy their own Jojo tank. There was also a construction business that we also visited there, a construction company that's busy building what looks like probably a block of office or a church. I think it's a church. And they too have got Jojo tanks. So it's just to make sure that they themselves take care of themselves by, getting the tanks in place, and the municipality would then put water in there, or they would make an effort to go and get water from nearby Velcom.
Palesa, very quickly, do we have any indication on how long the situation will continue? I mean, we did hear about plans to extract water from the Vaal River as well as the Katsi Dam flowing from Lesotho.
Well, in terms of time frames, we have not been able to get a hold of the municipality today. That is information that we previously got from them. However, the critical thing here is rain. If there is no rain, it's going to become difficult, obviously, to be able to get the situation back to normal. So at this stage, it's not quite clear when the situation will be back to normal.
Thank you so much to our reporter there, Palesa Moeti, and she was on the line to us from Kroonstad in the Free State.